Stepped up to the house party, kinda faded. J's on mask on, yeah, I'm kinda basic. You stood out, Halle Berry cut, amazing.
Oh man,
Yo,
everything.
I'm hitting everything. Where's my, like the bombs? We're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Kingsmen Radio.
Real quick episode, real quick. We're going, you know what I'm saying? So, let's get right to it. So, Drake is suing UMG for a couple of things. One of the things that I've heard is that he's asking for $600 million because he's pretty much recouped his last deal, which was around 400. He was working hard, doing a lot of shows, and now the deal is coming to an end. So he's looking for another recoup, and I believe
Another advance, you mean?
exactly. And UMG is like, I don't know, but he's like, wait a minute, like, if you're talking about my music not being what it used to be, you're not putting money behind my music, then you have somebody else who's also part of the UMG umbrella calling me a pedophile, petty file, or PF file.
No, pedophile.
Yeah, well, YouTube.
Pedo, yeah. That's foolish.
And then you got him gonna be performing on Super Bowl, which he did send Super Bowl some information, so they might take a stand because Super Bowl don't want none of that smoke, right? But it's looked upon that Drake is a sore loser.
He's not.
I think it's a variation of things.
Part of what he's complaining from what I saw is what we know historically to be the payola, which is that UMG has been paying radio stations, streaming platforms, and stuff like that,
which they do,
to push Kendrick Lamar's song more. But they've been doing that, so that's where it's like when they were doing it for you, it wasn't a problem.
Well, that's the thing. He ain't got nothing to do with that.
But if he knows they're doing it for Kendrick, then you know they was doing it for you.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that's neat. That, guess what? And I thought about that. If you've been doing that for me, that's on you. That's still on you.
But there's a conflict of interest because now why do you have a problem when the resources?
Well, you're pushing somebody that's calling me a PF file, and
I don't know what that is word, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, pedophile.
Yeah. So you got somebody with a big hit song that it becomes a hit because you're putting a lot of money behind it. And no, I don't. It's causing me to lose money and my business to go down. So I'm gonna, throw this lawsuit out there so that people can see and the what's really going on.
They saying he lost some credibility. They call him a sore loser, like you said. He's not from the streets and all this stuff like that. I mean, he's within his rights. If he feels like there's a civil case there,
if all goes left, you have enough money.
You good?
Your catalog speaks for itself. You held it down for 10 plus years. I don't think not even Jay-Z no one has been able to dominate.
There was just a list put out, and they said Drake had 72 number one singles in the last 10 or 15 years.
Let me tell you, bro.
He's killed the game, bro.
He can literally.
Kendrick had 22.
Nowhere close.
Nope.
But at the end of the day, he can literally pack it up and just live on the beach and watch the sunset for the rest of his life. You're good, Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, if you don't, the argument is, will he get the 600? Will he get the billion?
They'll probably set out of court or something along those lines.
At the end of the day, listen, Drake, bro, you
Those record companies have long money, bro, and they're embedded in the streaming platforms. It's actually a conflict of interest for them to own the artist's music and then own the platforms that the artist's music can be on. It's kind of crazy.
UMG owns a certain percentage of
Spotify, Apple Music, all that.
What's so crazy is recently too, everybody posting how many streams and stuff like that. I kind of don't even believe it anymore. You know what I mean? It's like
They could literally, one of the reasons, well, I'm not going to say that. You got to have access to the data. I'll use this as an example. Joe Budden was, when he started his podcast and had the success of it, he, if I'm not mistaken, Dre, correct me, he left the platform he was using because they were not giving him access to the data to see what was really going on. And so one of the things, right now, check out YouTube and stuff like that. Kingsman Radio is still Kingsman Radio, but we need to see the data. Yeah. When I can't see the data, I'm not working and doing all this crazy stuff.
I don't know what my leverage is.
I don't know my leverage. I don't know who's listening. So it's good to see the 300,000 listens and 5.6 hours and all this other stuff, but I didn't see the data.
I think that's all to make people, especially independent artists, to continue creating
putting music on a platform,
adding to the platform, which gives them money.
It's genius marketing.
You know, completely genius. It shows. It makes the artist feel good, and then it makes the listener say, "Oh, well, if this artist is doing this, then maybe I should take a listen." So it really, it's a dirty game, man, and it's unfortunate. This is why I believe Zay and I and our partners in the future will create a platform that is really geared to the artist and the listener. Right? Data is true, right? Now, eventually, when we get to the point where we have enough data, when people are like, yo, I'm willing to show you the data because I really want you to see what you're doing. So therefore you can understand, and then I also thought about, well, I don't want to give too much because the ideas that I have, you know what I mean?
I know exactly
but I really believe that the independent artist really has to do some research and really be able to market themselves without major backing. The only way you're going to really be able to do it is create an audience.
Go direct to consumer.
Create an audience. And this is why YouTube is such a great platform. And even then, a lot of industries, music companies are trying to infiltrate YouTube because this is probably one of the last places where an independent individual artists can really see what they're doing.
Not even just artists, if I may, Drake, just regular person. I would argue
exactly.
I watch more YouTube than I do actual TV now. And so you have people like Anton Daniels, Candace Owens, other independent people who are taking, part of the reason why Trump won is because he went to social media platforms, one being YouTube, and destroyed it, where people were getting the information. People don't trust CNN. People don't trust NBC,
MSNBC,
Fox News. People don't trust it.
That no more,
so
bro.
if they go, some people would rather go to YouTube and hear someone personal's view and research on Donald Trump, and then someone else's personal view on Kamala, and be able to deduct, okay, neither one of them is clearly for this, the other one is clearly for that, but they both sharing information that the other stations ain't sharing. Let me do some more research of my own and come to my own conclusion.
And an individual on YouTube has less to gain from fake information. For the most part.
I wanted to talk about this because we were talking about this earlier, but I saw recently there's a black gentleman online who is not against the Bible, but pretty much just promotes that the Bible is not real and promotes like these fake or these false ancient books that this and that. He recently agreed to go on a podcast with an actual Bible scholar who researches and does this like for a living, PhD doctor, all that stuff like that. And when the guy discredited him on the show,
which one discredited who?
The actual researcher, a biblical scholar, who actually debunked everything he's been pushing the last 10 to 15 years. The other guy,
the one that believes the word,
debunked the guy that was trying to
say that the word is not
real. Not right. Yeah. All of a sudden, he sent him a cease and desist. He don't want that YouTube. He don't want that information up there. He don't want that information up there because it's gonna hurt him, because you've been pushing a false narrative saying these things are true and they're not true. And when it's not YouTube's fault, but when someone
it stopped his money from getting to YouTube, because
here's what I know: he was challenged. It was found out that his stance was false. He don't like it, so now he's trying to go the legal route. And that ain't gonna stop nothing. You know how I know? Because you look at a dude like Derek Jackson, simp of the decade.
Oh,
Simping to women.
See the one that Anton that.
Oh, Yada, yeah, he's a joke. But wow. But Derek Jackson simping to these women, going on there saying, if he don't do this, he don't do that, only to find out that he was dogging his wife and his family, like dogging. I think she's actually crazy. She's a believer, but she's like, she's not all there.
Yeah.
And
he messed her up.
Women are still supporting, buying his books because they want to hear what they want to hear, even though he's not living it.
And that's the problem with the Democratic Party. As long as you get people to feel a certain way, you got them.
I'm talking, but you ain't doing no action.
So, I'm done. I'm. Listen, call me what you want. My eyes have been open. I am no longer in the Matrix.
Are you saying you woke, bro?
No.
Okay.
I am the
That's
opposite.
what it sounds like.
My eyes have been open to the Democratic Party and what their agenda is. And the fact that they are pushing something that I don't agree with. Listen, I love everybody, and it's a shame that I have to say that. But you know what? We're living in an age where I have to make people feel good, God. So if you claim you love God, but then you treat your neighbor or the people around you like crap, then
don't work like
it. It ain't working. So my thing is, even though I don't agree with you, I may not even like you. But I'm not going to go out my way to make your life worse, or it's just not worth it. If anything, I'm going to pray for you, hope that God reveals something to you that will cause you to see the truth, and keep it moving.
Yeah, there's so much
Keep it moving, bro.
So much more we can have on this conversation, because it seems to always go back to just like the narrative and the literal agenda that's being pushed. And it's shameful.
It is.
But we're out of time. We're not out of words. We'll be back with some more information, some more news you can use.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Drake and all that.
Yeah.
What's the name supposed to be? Kendrick's supposed to be performing at the Super Bowl. He just came out with an album. I'm not a big fan of it. We might talk about it on one of these sessions. Yeah. But hey, it's all good.
Merry
Much
Christmas,
love.
all that stuff.
You could have been anywhere. I know we haven't done this in a while. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be with us, Kingsmen.
Share your
and we appreciate it. We love you. We thank you. And we'll see you again.
Yeah,
God
like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. We'll see you soon.
You see it.
Kingsmen Radio.
Dealing with difficult lovers. Most of these niggas undercover. More like regular brothers. Anyway, got a text from Drake. Told me to get dressed and be on my way. Yeah. Pulled up to the scene with it. And I'm super clean with it.